If you ask someone to describe the Resident Evil series, they will probably mention zombies, right? But how integral are zombies to the Resident Evil games? Today, we will figure that out by seeing how fast you can kill a zombie in every single game in the series, starting out with the original.
Resident Evil.
After a wonderful intro, we are immediately greeted with an important choice: Jill or Chris? I choose Chris for now, skip the cutscenes, and run across the hall to meet the most iconic zombie of all. And after he gets a good bite, we knife the life, or death I guess, out of him. I did test with Jill because she starts with a gun, but Barry won't shut up, so it appears to be a bit slower.
Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining the...
On to Resident Evil 2. Oh wait, that's not right.
Resident Evil 2.
Much better. The game takes about 40 seconds to actually start, even when skipping the cutscenes. And... well then, that was quick. I murdered all of his friends as well, and checked to make sure that he was really dead before moving on to the next game. And to close out the original trilogy,
Resident Evil.
Nemesis. I don't know why he doesn't say the full name this time. Oh well, hopefully it's not too long. Damn, Jill is kind of a badass, I suppose. Next up is Code Veronica, one of my favorite Resident Evil games. It has the best character, Claire. I mean, look at how cool she is. Okay, no time for this. We escape our cell and quickly climb up to the graveyard. Claire? I said quickly. Anyway, we get assaulted in the graveyard and knife the entire squad for fun. Yes, he's dead. Trust me. Now for Resident Evil 1. Again.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, this is a common trend in the series. Don't worry about it. We pick Jill this time and rush through the dining room while skipping cutscenes. Then I shoot the zombie and make sure he's dead. Well, since in this remake zombies can wake up unless you burn them, technically he might not be completely dead, but I'll take it anyway. On to
Resident Evil 0.
Just like the other games so far, we picked the easiest difficulty. That makes it so that after the skippable cutscenes, I can one-tap this zombie behind me. Okay, he's still twitching a bit, but let's say he's as dead as a zombie can really be, okay? Moving on to the emblematic game that is
Resident Evil 4.
This one is pretty straightforward. We run into a house and shoot a guy twice before he falls to the ground. Was that guy even a zombie, or did I just murder someone? And now, for my least favorite game in the series.
Resident Evil 5.
Oh god, so many menus and options. I skip a bunch of cutscenes, start running through the village, and for real, what is up with the colors in this game? Why is everything so green? Anyway, I get my gear, rush past the various buildings and shoot a guy over and over again until he dies.
What the hell just happened?
What happened is you didn't help at all, is what happened, Shiva. Before going to Resident Evil 6, let's make a quick detour.
Resident Evil Revelations.
I love this game, and after a bit of running, we encounter... oh, what the hell is that? That counts as a zombie, right? Moving on to the longer-awaited...
Resident Evil 6.
I played through 9 minutes of the first chapter before realizing that if I closed out the game and deleted my save file, the tutorial that appears on first launch would appear again. In that tutorial, we drag Helena around and learn the controls, but after a few minutes, now, I wasn't sure if I should count it or not, since so far I didn't count zombies killed in cutscenes. But to be fair, this was a playable cutscene, and I did press a button to kill the zombie, so let's count it. That way, I don't have to play more of this game. Next up,
Resident Evil.
Revelations 2. I'm sorry, they just didn't say it. I have to run quite a lot in this one, open a few doors, break a few windows, and finally we end up at the bottom of this room, in which this guy decides to attack us. Don't hurt Claire, buddy, and same goes for your friend over there. Now we step into what most people call the new era of Resident Evil, starting with it's Resident Evil 7, in case that wasn't clear. They don't say the name of the games anymore, but there is a banger song, so I forgive. Turns out, this game is the worst one, because cutscenes cannot be skipped. So after a 2-minute long intro sequence, we run in the forest for a while, enter a house, take a swim underneath the house, meet our crazy girlfriend. Crazy girlfriend gets crazier and attacks us. We attack back with an axe. She comes back with a chainsaw. And uh-oh, where's my hand? So we shoot and axe her to death. Wait, why is the timer still running? Oh, I guess she's not really dead and...
Welcome to the family, son.
We take a quick dinner break and unfortunately get our food cut off. Sorry, I don't know the speedrun strats. Eventually we meet a cop. He dies and we fight Jack until he explodes. But he's still not dead, so we keep moving, explore more of the house, go upstairs, and get attacked by him again. Eventually we do escape, solve a puzzle, run around for a bit, and we meet our first basic enemy. Now, I know these are called molded and they're not really zombies, but you get the idea, right? We try to find the first basic enemy we can defeat. And that only took 32 minutes. I'm sure it's possible to get the time under 30 minutes, but I'm not doing all of this again, alright? On to my favorite game in the series, Resident Evil 2 Remake. And this one is fairly straightforward. We pick Leon, run into the gas station, shoot this guy until he falls, and really empty our magazine in his face to make sure he does not stand up again. I don't know if it's possible to get a critical headshot on this first zombie, but if it is, I guess that could reduce the time even more. Resident Evil 3 Remake is next. And before doing anything, we must first escape Nemesis. So we do that, get a gun, and shoot this guy in the face and the nether regions. I don't have anything to check, but he's dead, right? Yeah, he's dead. Oh, and I'm dead. Moving on to Resident Evil Village. And this one also has quite the long intro. Almost 7 minutes of running through the Romanian wilderness before encountering our first enemy. My game almost crashes at that point, but I quickly deal with him. And oh god, the timer is still running. Where did he go? I keep running for a bit more and get trapped in a house, before one of them jumps in with me and we shoot him in the face. Now, I'm about 98% sure that that guy is dead. And finally, we have the newly released Resident Evil 4 Remake. Just like in the original, we run into a house and shoot the first person we see in the basement. Although this time, I'm sure this guy was infected, okay? He didn't look quite right. And these are the final times. That's how long it took me to kill a zombie in every single one of the Resident Evil games, ranked from slowest to fastest. This was pretty fun to make actually, and I know some games were treated unfairly because of long loading times or unskippable cutscenes, but I really wanted to count how long it would take starting from the moment you launch a new game compared to when you actually get control of your character. Anyway, thank you guys for watching.